Hey peoples, it's Naomi here. So, so in this video, I wanted to talk about what dysphoria feels like for me. I'm not gonna be talking about, well, I might talk a little bit about, how, or what makes me dysphoric, but I already talked about that in a previous video, and honestly, these videos I just use for rants, to be completely honest, but what I wanted to talk about in this video was how the dysphoria feels for me. And how it feels for me is like this feeling of like I can't breathe, like I'm suffocating. Like, yeah, I think that's a good way to explain it. Like, I don't have enough oxygen. No matter how much I breathe, I'm experiencing it right now, honestly. But, um, so yeah, so it's like that, and it's also like an overwhelming feeling of dread, and it doesn't feel nice. And sometimes I'll just not want to talk, like obviously I do now, but I'll just not want to talk because um without this type of voice, it's the without my voice the way it is now and how I'm training my voice, um it's very dysphoric. So I would stop talking sometimes because I was dysphoric too. But thankfully nobody was around when that happened. But so nobody thought I was ignoring them. But I have gone into panic attacks and they were unrelated to dysphoria. I have a generalized anxiety disorder and I have panic attacks and depressive states and hallucinations, and they're not all related, but yeah. So sorry, my brother's phone is ringing and it's annoying me. Like it's vibrating through the wall. But what I it's so distracting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. But what back to what I was saying, if I can remember, it's so freaking distracting. Oh yeah, with my old voice, I'm gonna try doing it because I can still do it right now, but I'm probably gonna feel very dysphoric about it. So this is the way my voice was. So right now I'm starting to feel like I shouldn't talk because of how deep my voice is, like how deep my voice feels. And it was deeper than this before. And this is very overwhelming, so I'm gonna stop. So yeah, that that I just got an overwhelming feeling of relief, and that's why I started laughing. I also laugh when I'm nervous, and I laugh when I'm anxious sometimes, and I just I like have laughing fits and things like that, and it's kind of, you know, it's not fun, but it's life. But sometimes when I'm scared, I actually laugh too. So in some situations in the past, I've been scared for my life and I started laughing, and it made the situation worse, but that's in the past. But the way my dysphoria feels is it's like sometimes it's emptiness or fear, or like I'm not like it feels like it's my body, but it doesn't feel like it's made right. Like if that makes any sense, it feels like it's made the wrong way. Um, like I'm naturally supposed, like it feels like I'm naturally supposed to produce estrogen. And when I was younger, I had a really high pitched voice, and I had long hair, and I would always go on the girl side of everything. I feel like I've said that in like 15 videos, even though I haven't even put that many videos up, that many vlogs anyway. Um, but so I kind of miss that feeling, and I feel like crying, but it's hard to. It doesn't. It. I want to cry right now. I want to cry, but I can't. I don't know why. It's just really hard to. I can't force myself to or anything, but I want to. Um, and by the way, one of the reasons why I'm starting to be shirtless in some of my videos is so that I can feel more comfortable in my own body, but also because I'm too lazy to put a shirt on, because I don't like wearing a shirt, even though I'm dysphoric about the hair on my body. I think it's more, I feel more dysphoric when I'm wearing clothes that are stereotypically male clothing. I believe eventually, once I get more comfortable with my body, hopefully get on HRT, I'll be a lot more comfortable with wearing clothing that's traditionally male, because a lot of it isn't necessarily traditionally male, like jeans and things like that. They're not necessarily male clothing, they're just clothing. Oh my god, his alarm is so annoying. But another thing that makes me, well, another thing that gives me slight dysphoria, and this is gonna sound so stupid, is that like I know, because I know man and woman equally can have this problem, and it's like when I try to put eyeliner on, or sometimes when my friends are putting eyeshadow on, it'll just make my eyes tear up really badly, and I'm hoping that that'll go away soon. But you know, and I'm starting to talk about what causes my dysphoria now, huh? But it's just, I think that I've described pretty much what it feels like. It's like hard to breathe, and feels like I need to keep taking breaths, and like really deep breaths. And I'm not doing that right now because I want to talk, and it it just makes me feel like I want to cry. I feel anxious. I feel like I need to distract myself sometimes. I feel like I'm more easily distracted because I don't want to feel the way I am. And yeah, it just, I feel like things don't belong to me. Like they were made wrong. Like as if I have an XX chromosome, but somehow it formed like a Y chromosome, if that makes any sense. It's like an XX chromosome, but I somehow formed like a male. Which would be great, because then it would be a lot easier to feel comfortable with myself, but that's very unlikely. And another thing is, it makes me doubt myself. When I feel dysphoric, weirdly enough, I doubt myself more. I doubt that I'm trans more. And I have these thoughts in my head because I have generalized anxiety disorder. I was kind of still am a hypochondriac, and I'd get psychosomatic symptoms when I didn't really have anything wrong with me. Like I would get sick when I didn't have any sickness or anything like that. And it makes me worry that the dysphoria is just because I've seen other people that are trans, and even though this isn't true, I start to feel like, what if I'm just trying to fit into a group that I don't belong into? What if I regret my transition? That's why it's so scary to transition, but I've gotten past it enough to want to realize that I need HRT at the very least. And another thing that worries me, another thing that causes is me to worry about transitioning. It's like, and this is coming from dysphoria. It's on. It all comes together. Like I get doubts and worries and fears. And one thing is, I don't know if I want children with my genetics anyway, or not. And one thing I worry about is if I ask for like my genetic material, my sperm, to be saved so that I could have children in the future, I worry that they'll reject me. They'll either reject the the sperm, or they'll reject the transgender, the HRT, and other transition stuff. It worries me a lot because I get paranoid. I get paranoid that they're gonna not believe me, and then I'm gonna suffer more. And this is probably some stuff in the past, but it's like, just I worry that I won't be believed. And I think maybe one of the reasons why I can keep my job, I think I smeared it a little bit. I think one of the reasons I can keep the job that I have now is because I came out during the interview and they still hired me. It was amazing. And it's just, I don't mind working so long. And they even said that since I identify as female, since I am a female, I need to use the female restroom, the women's restroom. And at the beginning, I was worried that people would see me and think that I'm a creep or something like that. So I would, like, if there's someone in there, I would, like this hasn't actually happened, but I had a plan in my head for if somebody was in there at the mirror, I would just go to the closest stall possible and wait for them to leave, like while using the restroom. But that hasn't happened. But there have been times where I'm in the restroom and somebody else comes in and I wait for them to leave before I leave. But lately I've been more bold and not being scared because I am a female, and if somebody thinks otherwise, that's their problem. So I think I just showed you kind of how I process my dysphoria. Like I showed you when I was in the middle of dysphoria, and now it's getting towards the end, and I'm starting to accept myself, and now I just need to lay down and sleep, or take a nap, at least. But I just need to lay down, take a nap, relax, and eventually get ready for work. Like shower and get my work clothes and all that. But yeah. Oh, by the way, the whole bathroom thing with work, that really helped me a lot because I was afraid to go to the women's restroom, but now I'm required to, so nobody can say crap. And because it's the restroom that is, it's the restroom I'm supposed to go to. So yeah, it feels it's nice because it made it easier to go to the women's restroom instead of fearing going to the women's restroom and being fired for using the right restroom. Also, another thing that kind of helped with my dysphoria, sometimes I would go into the men's restroom, and this is with free when I didn't start transitioning yet, I would be like washing my hands, and I feel like I smudged makeup all over myself, but I'd be washing my hands, and a guy would walk in and see my long hair and would like freak out for a split second, or for like a few seconds. Sometimes they would even like walk directly out, and then they would come back in like a minute later. And it kind of helped with my dysphoria because if I could be mistaken for a woman, then that means that in one way I at least look like one. Well, anyway, guys, this video is probably getting too long, and yeah, so I'll see you guys in another video. Love you all. Bye bye.